So this is me at 3 AM with fresh stitches on my face. In this video I'll tell you how not to get banged up in Bangkok and end up in a hospital in the middle of the night. But first let's rewind a little bit and I'll start from the beginning of this adventure in Thailand. So right next to me is this really cool machine that's operating by itself and like cleaning the airport. And I am in Bangkok Airport. I just got to Thailand. So I just got here from Dhaka, Bangladesh after a 2.5-hour flight, which is honestly not that bad. It was like pretty short. It was done before it even started, it felt like. But I am pretty tired because I slept only 4 hours yesterday. So I was editing till 4 AM. Then I woke up at 8 to start preparing for this video. And I think it's like 6:40 PM. The flight was smooth. Immigration line was kind of long. I think it took almost like an hour, but it was pretty smooth. They didn't even ask any questions. I just had to ask them how many days am I allowed to stay. Now I'm gonna try to get a Grab or a Bolt to my hostel. Like normally you get like the public transport, there's a Metro and a Skylink, I think it's called. I don't want to do that with all my bags, so I'm gonna just call whatever ride-sharing service I can find. And I can do that because I got an eSIM, by the way, from Airlo. I'll link it in the description. So I could figure stuff out the moment I got here, because even when I got here the airport Wi-Fi wasn't working that well. And I could never connect to the airport Wi-Fi for some weird reason, but it's always good to have that data. And regarding the public transport, I'll write a blog post actually about Bangkok. I've started doing that recently about every place I go to. So whatever information that I'm not having in this video, you can find that in that blog post. And you can, people just look at me weird when I'm blogging in an airport. Alright, now I'm gonna go try to find an Uber. So this airport seems to have a lot of different levels for different purposes. I kind of read about it before I was coming here, but completely forgot of it. So I see signs for public taxi. That's probably where I can find a Grab. Okay, so a friendly lady told me it is not here. It's on the 4th floor. So I gotta go up and find a Grab. Okay, so when I try to call a Grab, it said arrivals, which is level 2. So I'm going back down again. Maybe I misunderstood the lady. It just came outside. And it is hot and humid, too hot for jeans. I mean, Bangladesh wasn't cold at all, even in December. But this is like properly hot. Okay, my Grab driver just called me and tried to speak Thai to me for like a minute and then said, okay, I don't know if he's coming, let's see. I already see a lot of Thai writing everywhere. It's like a very interesting script. It looks like something in the middle of like a Sanskrit languages, like my language, Bangla, and like kanji or Chinese or something. Hello. Hello. For Nadir? Sweating from like 5 minutes inside. Definitely need more appropriate clothes. What is your name? Huh? What is your name? Your no speak. Name? Nadir? Your name? Huh? Name? Okay. So I tried to get my driver's name because his name was written in Thai, not in English on the app. But I don't think he understood me. So. This is Manu. Hey. He was in Sri Lanka with me for 6 weeks where I didn't touch my camera the whole time. This is Carlos. This is our hostel room, a private room, me and Manu. And, oh man, sorry. So we're gonna go out, get some food, check out Khaosan Road, which is supposed to be wild. And maybe I'll take my camera, maybe I won't. But then tomorrow, start exploring. We're basically right next to Khaosan Road, which is like the party street in Bangkok, and you'll see a lot of questionable things. So there are some interesting clubs we went to that were kind of crazy, but I'll tell you what we saw that was really crazy. So at the start of the movie The Beach by Leonardo DiCaprio, he comes to Bangkok and he's like walking through this crazy market, people trying to sell him stuff, and then someone offers him snake blood. Now I watched that movie and I was like, obviously this is an exaggerated version of what you see. And then the moment we enter Khaosan Road, we see roasted crocodiles, an entire crocodile is being skinned and roasted and served on plates. And to this day, in the last 6 weeks in Thailand, that has to be the craziest thing I've seen so far. We're gonna go get some food now. Now we're gonna try to get my first Thai food, because we did it at McDonald's at the end of the night, which is not Thai food. Weed is legal in Thailand, so you'll see a lot of places legally selling like weed like they do in California and Amsterdam with like menus and shit. We saw a lot of that last night. Not all streets that you see on Google Maps are actual streets. We're going through this alley now with shops and Thai massage places and construction going on. So this is the McDonald's that we ate at last night, and there's a cannabis market right next to it. So the place that was recommended to us by our hostel is actually not that local. It was like just Western food with some Thai options. We're trying to go to a place that's more local that Manu and Carlos went to yesterday. So it looks like we are at a temple somehow while we're trying to find food, and someone's blowing leaves. So for those of you who've been following my channel for long enough, I did actually make a video from Thailand 6 years ago, exactly 6 years ago in December 2017, when I had no idea how storytelling works, and definitely had no idea how color grading works. So all that footage is unusable because I deleted all the original files. But this time I'll probably see them properly. Okay, so there's a really popular Pad Thai place, which is like the most popular dish in Thailand from what I understand. That one, the line just looked really insane. We found one right next to it which had Pad Thai for like 90 bahts, which is less than $3, like $2.50. And this had no line. So we're just gonna eat here. But the other one was really interesting. There was like so much smoke and char. When the lady, she was cooking it, she was literally wearing like ski goggles so that it doesn't get in her eye. I've never seen that concept before, but definitely seems like an effective way of cooking without like getting a lot of shit in your eyes. It's really cool that you can see your food being cooked right in front of you on the street. I guess it's called street food for a reason. It's so hot here, there's like fans. You can't tell from my face, it's just completely drenched from walking for 5-10 minutes. I didn't do anything hard. So they give us a lot of spices. Do you know what this is?
Peanuts.
Peanuts? And sugar? Sugar? What? Sugar?
Yeah.
This is the crushed pepper, maybe?
This is really spicy.
This is spicy stuff. Even the writing on the Coke Zero is in Thai. Just like add a little bit because it's spicy as fuck. Okay, I'm gonna try the Pad Thai, and it's basically noodles with tofu and like a little lemon and shrimps. I don't usually eat shrimps or seafood, so maybe I'll take a bite. Oh, the food? Okay, yeah. Manu's directing me. This is spicy, right? Have you tried it?
I didn't try that one.
Hopefully it's spicy. I don't know. We'll find out. I can eat some spicy, but not a lot. So some crushed peanuts here that like apparently make the taste better, according to these guys who had it yesterday. Let's add this here. So now we have real spicy stuff. I'm excited to eat this. Let's try it out without the shrimps first. I'm using forks because I don't know how to use chopsticks. I think I made it spicier than I should have. Oh man, yeah, I made it way too spicy. I don't know how to eat it.
Yesterday I did the same mistake.
Like one bite and I'm feeling it. Probably not worse than Sri Lanka. Try shrimps, my enemy. No, it's good. I like it. Shrimp is really nice. Spicy as fuck. Okay, managed to numb down the spice a bit with the peanut. Shrimp was actually nice. I was eating with my bag on the streets. I mean, Thailand's a safe place, it's very safe, but there is petty crime. Yesterday, while we were at a club, someone grabbed my phone walking past and tried to pull it out of my pockets, and it was like zip pockets, so she couldn't do it. But you should definitely be careful. I met another guy from Bangladesh actually who said his phone got stolen in Bangkok, so good to be careful. So some dumb tourists left their phone here. Apparently it doesn't have to be stolen, you can just leave it at a restaurant. So the guys who left their phone are on the other side, and we're all waiting for them to come back and get the phones, but we don't even know if they know.
Thank you.
Phone conflict has been resolved. Happy ending. A story. Finish our food. I didn't finish mine because it was too spicy. Just left out the peppers on one side. But now we're gonna go to the next spot.
Carlos?
Yeah. Okay, we're getting a grab to the next spot. It's like $3 total for all of us, or 30 minutes of walking. So right now we're by the Chao Phraya River, and until the 19th century, till not too long ago, life in this whole city was based on the water. Everyone lived on the water. Everyone went around on these like bamboo rafts that they used to go around canals and the river. Back then, the only stone structures that would be on land would be like palaces or temples. Everything else was based on the water somehow. And vendors would go around on boats selling fruits and vegetables. But then the king tried to modernize the city, filled up a lot of the canals and turned them into streets. A lot of the streets that you see today. So a lot of that has changed since then. You can still come to the river and get on one of these public transport ferries similar to the ones that you have in Venice, honestly. And you can go around. So we're gonna do that right now.
No, stop.
For like one way for free, it's not bad.
We got tickets for the express boat, which looks like a crappy boat, not nice like the tourist boat. We're gonna use that to go past a lot of the attractions in Bangkok. Is he gonna stop? The way of checking tickets here is very interesting. This lady comes with a thing that she's shaking and she like rips off our tickets and puts it in there. It wasn't easy, but we finally got seats with a view of what is around us. So this boat basically goes through the main river that's going by all the main attractions of Thailand, or a lot of them, the main attractions of Bangkok, the Royal Palace, and a couple of the temples that we'll see later. But the cool thing about doing this in the evening around sunset time is that you get a really unique view of these same attractions that you will see from the land of itself. Less smoke this time, huh? Okay, so we got off at a port. This is not the first port we tried to get off. We got off at the previous one, and after we got off, Carlos realized I left my backpack with my lens and my GoPro and a bunch of other shit in the boat as I was changing seats too much to get the best shots. I ran back in, got my bag, and now we're in Chinatown, apparently. So we're gonna go around and see what it's like.
Yeah.
We're in some market in Chinatown. This is very local because there's like all kinds of carts, a lot of people, some tourists, and people on scooters going through this alley. And there was like a 10-year-old kid, I swear, on a scooter. Don't know if that's allowed. Heard about strict regulations about having a driver's license here, but I don't think that 10-year-old kid has a driver's license. Okay, so it is getting dark. There doesn't seem to be too much around us, so we're gonna call it a night and go back to the hostel. So I completely messed up the audio when I was recording this scene, so I'm just gonna say it again. But the important thing to notice here is that you can see that on my chin that there's a bandage, because the last night I got pretty injured. It wasn't the end of the day. I went out to meet up with my friend Jesse that I met in Albania like a year ago. He's a tall guy walking in front of me in Khaosan Road, and we're just moving around through a very crowded spot. And then I basically like tripped on something and my chin hit like one of the tables. Something like a table over there basically. And immediately I looked at it and I was like, okay, this is gonna need stitches because there's like a lot of blood coming out of it. Oh shit, that looks like a gash.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gash, man.
I was with someone that works at my friend Jesse's hostel, who was Thai. So she took me to an alley where this guy just brought out like a medical kit and like completely like patched up my chin and everything. Then we got on this tuk-tuk that she organized. Thank God this lady helped me out. She was there to translate everything. And then we went to the public hospital. Jesse, smile. Thank you, she's saving us. Me. In the public hospital, she was also able to like translate everything for the normal staff. Like the doctor spoke English, but a lot of the other staff didn't speak English. She basically told me what to do after talking to the staff. Then I went in and got like 3 stitches on my chin because it was still bleeding like crazy when she took the bandage off. Got a tetanus shot and a bunch of other stuff. And all of that together cost like 900 baht or like 800 something baht, I think. How much is it? And then basically we went home, and right before I went upstairs I got some toasties from the 7-Eleven because I was starving after all this.
I think I'm gonna go the same route as you.
cheeseburger. And then I came back to my hostel and tried to film something and say something, and I messed up the audio in that one too because the mic wasn't plugged in there too. So I think the doctors did a really good job of stitching it up, because you can't even see it, like, and it's been like, I think 5 weeks or something like that. It hurts a little bit just when I shave, but otherwise I forget about it. Make sure you have travel insurance for things like this when you travel. I'll link my favorite travel insurance brand, SafetyWing, in the bio, so you can use that link and I think get a pretty good deal before your trip to Thailand, before you end up in the hospital like me. Alright, back to the video, and the next spot we go to see some cultural stuff and go to see some temples. The daily dose of cultural photos. Okay, so right now I'm in front of the Grand Palace and we were just inside for like a few hours, and you can't really film here, so I didn't want to like put a mic on my camera and start vlogging in there. But this is like a massive complex with like a lot of different temples, a lot of different like holy sites in there. There's like one of the most holy temples in Bangkok, and I think it might be the most holy temple, is inside, and there's like a statue, emerald statue of the Buddha in there where you can't even take photos, forget about taking the videos. But it's like a really not so big, like a small statue in the middle of the temple, which is like super interesting to watch. This actually used to be the residence of the king back in the days, but from what I understand, it isn't anymore. But it's a massive complex, like I said. You can spend a whole day looking through the different temples, looking at the different statues. There's like some really interesting statues that I saw. They're like of mythical figures in Buddhism, from what I understand, where there's like half human, half bird. And remember to wear long pants if you come here, because they won't let you in if your shoulders are uncovered and your legs are uncovered till the ankles, which makes things even more hot than it is, because it's always hot in Thailand. This is December. For some parts, you have to take your shoes off, like to see the Emerald Buddha, because this is a sacred site. They don't want you to make it dirty with your shoes. So right near the Grand Palace is the Wat Pho temple complex. That's the main temple behind me right now, with a massive reclining Buddha statue, like a big golden statue of the Buddha, like just chilling and smiling, I guess. I was here 6 years ago, if you remember from the video, but I forgot how big it was. This reminded me of how massive the statue was. Alright guys, this is the end of the day, for real, for today. Nothing else is gonna happen after this. So, let's see where we go next. Okay, it's 8 AM and we're done with Bangkok. I'm done with Bangkok for the first time on this trip. And we're going to take a flight to Phuket if we can make it. There's 2 hours till our flight. I don't know how much traffic we're gonna have. I might film something from Phi Phi, which is like a crazy party island. But that's it for this video. You guys have any comments you want to add to?
No, it's been a great trip. I really like the temples.
Yeah, really good temples. Alright, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in the next one from somewhere else in Thailand. Okay, now I gotta say it in Bangla again.
Without the party time.
100% with that, yeah.
400,000 people are gonna
Man, I saw some signs here, like when I was coming the other day, it literally said like blah 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 Thai and then like Bangkok like spelled the way. I'm like, what is going on?